Once again, my people, you know it is the Don, Tony Teflon, and I am back at you with another video, the pregame show for From Season 4, Episode 2. I'ma warm y'all up. Get y'all ready for this episode. I am excited. Episode 2. These things, they go by so fast. These 10 weeks just fly right by. You know what I mean? And I'm just happy that we have this episode. We about to get this in and everything else. Again, you can call me at 518-290-0848. Tell me what you think is going to happen up in this piece, what you want to happen in this episode. Now, we've seen the trailer. I broke the trailer down, so we kind of got an idea about what was going to happen in the trailer. And it's also, we have an idea. I guess there's some trailer that came out overseas that people covered. I did not cover that trailer. People asked me to, because I don't know. It's like I said before, the people who are releasing these trailers are just putting too much in it. Like that stuff that's in that trailer didn't need to be seen. They're giving too much away. You know what I mean? So it's just like I ain't trying to see all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And talk about that. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. So I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Not all money is good money. So I let that one go. All right. Let's say what up to the people who are joining us right now. We got Z up in the building, rocking with us right now. We got SI up in this piece, rocking with us right now. We got Fatima is in the building, rocking with us right now. We got Nini is in here doing their thing. PCUTCP 147 is in here. Diane, what's going on, Diane? She is in the building, rocking with us. Adam is in here, rocking with us. Jackson is in here, rocking with us. And Jasta, the Philo is up in here, rocking with us right now, chilling with us. You know what I'm saying? We got what is that? Heathen TV? I don't know. HTV. I gotta do lowercase letters for. Why can't we get some uppercase letters so people with glasses can see these things and everything else? You know what I mean? All right, we got Knick-Knack Studios up in here, rocking with us right now. We have RJ Jones is always rocking with us right now. You know what I mean? Is in here rocking with us. You know what I mean? We got officially him is up in this piece rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Quinn is up in here rocking with us. We got a bunch of people, man. Thank you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy on your way in. All right, let's talk about what we think is going to happen. I think it's pretty obvious that this needs to be in it. It's going to be the discovery of Boyd's body. I just can't see it being anything when you look at the episode synopsis and everything that we did a video on. That's what we figured back then. So now with the episode there, and we got my mom's is in the building rocking with us right now. Always got to say what up to my mother. Love you, Mom. She is in here rocking with us. You know, it has no choice but to be this. There's no other way that it can be anything else but that. You know, it is nothing else that can it can be what they say is a gruesome discovery. It's got to be Jim's body is being found. And again, you know, I keep getting into not debates but discussions with people in the comment section talking about the Julie situation and how we have never seen Jim's death and original death. And it's like I explain it, and I don't know if I'm not explaining it right, at least the way I see it, but I don't understand the way people are saying it. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll say it one more time on here. And again, if you don't agree, you always have the right to call up and say it. When Jim originally died, Julie was not there. That is why when we see Julie right now, we see that she has no idea where her father is, and she's wondering where her father is. Right? We've seen that the whole first episode. We've seen the preview trailer that she enlists the help of Randall because she says, I want to bring him back. So at this point, Julie knows her father is dead, which is this episode coming up. So it was the death of her father that inspired her to get better at this story walking because she wants to save her father. When we have seen Jim die, whether it's 2 times or 1 time, whatever y'all want to say, Julie is there. So therefore, the fact that Julie is there, that's not the way he died. That's not the first time that we've seen him die. Julie was not there. We've seen the man in yellow have to push Julie off onto the floor in order for him to finish the job with Jim. That did not happen when Jim was first there because she was not there. I don't know how I can explain it any better than that. I really don't. Jessica says, how do you gift subscriptions? Well, what you do is you go on your phone or whatever you're watching this on, and there should be a button on there that says gift subscriptions, like right on the dollar sign. And you hit the dollar sign and everything else, and then it says gift subscriptions, and it tells you all that. It should be right there. So that's the only way I could see how that's why I explain that way, right? So hopefully that explains it once and for all. And it could be me. Listen, the Don don't speak the Queen's English. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I'm from Queens, but I don't speak the Queen's English. So maybe sometimes it's hard for people to understand what I'm saying and the way I'm coming across to people and everything else. So what up to my man Perk Minded? Perk Minded, one of the original. When I was covering this show in season 1, it's only a couple of YouTubers covering it. Me, myself, and my man Perk Minded was on that task. He was over here covering it too from season 1. So one of the original from coverers on YouTube. What up to you? Always give respect where respect is due and everything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I think we have to see. I think the biggest mystery here is going to be what's in that bag that we see hanging up there. Is it a piece of Jim? Or is it this goat? Now, I like the goat theory, this Alma theory. Again, when we look at that trailer, the trailer was 100% focused around the Matthews when it comes to that part. When it comes to them looking out, when we see Boyd looking out with the binoculars, it has to be looking at that bag that's hanging up there, dripping blood and stuff, right? So that and everything we've seen, so it's no way it's not going to be something to deal with the Matthews. Now, Alma does definitely affect the Matthews. Ethan especially, so it could be chopped up Alma. I think if you chopped up Alma, people might just pick it up and start eating it up in there. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. You know what I mean? But I think that's just not enough. You know what I'm saying? If it's just Alma, it's just not enough. It's not enough. It needs to be more substantial. In my take, it needs to be something bigger. And much bigger would be Jim. It's got to, part of Jim, his hands, his head, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is, y'all can say it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it has to be in order for that to work and everything. We also see in the trailer dealing with Boyd and Elgin. They did a sneak peek of the Boyd and Elgin scene. And Boyd basically telling Elgin, listen, it's not only about what I did to you, it's about what you did too. And if something like that gets out, this could cause mass confusion inside the town. Now we got to look at it. It's not going to look good for Boyd, number one, that he tortured this boy. Now, listen, why this man sat there and let himself be tortured, I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. I would afford it. You know what I mean? Myself. It wouldn't have happened to Don. Don, you ain't doing that to me. It's just not happening. You know what I mean? He ain't built like the Don. Not everybody is, and I can't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? Elgin wasn't built like that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to fight him. The fact is he did. He didn't fight him off and everything else. So he just took the beating, took the whooping, right? And all that. And that's just the way it was. So when it was just going down, that in itself is going to give Boyd a bad look. But I think Elgin's look is worse. He has a worse look. If this gets out, in my opinion, you know what I mean? He kidnapped Fatima, dragged her into a lair, let her drink his blood, and kept her held hostage. To me, that's much worse than that. And if Boyd used that, I think Boyd could use that as a defense. Like, yo, yeah, I did this to this dude. Why? Because he kidnapped this chick, put her up in here and did all this. And he put all that out there. So I think that if Boyd put that out there, I think the crowd should fall towards towards Boyd and be on Boyd's side, and Elgin probably get banished. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't be around you, son. You know what I mean? If you grabbing people up like that, who gonna want to be around you? So I think that's what Boyd's trying to say. It's a no-win situation. But I do see the win for Boyd. Like, I can see how he gets out of it. But I also see this. I also see it as a way that Acosta snatches power from Boyd. Talked about this since last season. that Acosta would snatch power and take over Acosta and Kenny. And we heard him say last season, Boyd specifically said that Kenny needs to be the next sheriff, not a hothead like Acosta. That was his words. So I think they were predicting, calling their shot, shall we say, about that happening. I think it's a good chance that she tries to take power right there because she exposes him and drop a dime on Boyd and everything else. And then that's how it all goes down. And that's how she and Kenny take power of the town, and Boyd just goes off of something. I could see it easily going that way. Now, how long she would hold power, I don't know. I have no idea if she could actually hold it down, because, you know, it does. We do have an episode called Heavy is the Head, right? And that is heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's what the reference is from. So who is the king at that time? Who has the heart? And what that means is there must be hard decisions to make. Hard decisions. And we haven't seen anyone willing to make any hard decisions in this place but Boyd, right? He had the hard decision to make about Randall. Do I save Tabitha and everybody else in this ambulance and leave the monsters and leave to get Randall? Or do I try to save Randall? And his thing was he saved the more people. He saved Tabitha and left Randall to get what he got, right? So we have that decision. And then we see Boyd going there when Ellis was talking about going through the faraway tree. And Boyd was like, now who? Who do you want to go? Tell me, big man. Who do you want to go? Who do you want to go? Should it be Sabrina? Should it be her over here? You tell me who you want to put up in there. Who you want to do it. He told him straight up, just like that. You know what I mean? Of how, and Ellis just stood there like, he didn't know how to make that decision. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. So who is going to be man enough to make those decisions that just are impossible to make at that time? You know what I mean? And it just seemed Boyd is that dude to do it. I haven't seen anyone else step up and do it. Right? And that's just what it is. And you know, and people who don't listen to Boyd, like my boy Dale over here. How you doing, Dale? How's everything? Holding up? All right. Well, you know, he ain't got a lot to say today, but maybe tomorrow he'll be talking a little bit more and stuff, you know. So I think that's what it goes. Someone said, "What about Sarah?" I think you see that Sarah bounced. They let Sarah go because, again, if you're gonna have to put it on Sarah and Boyd, the same situation. There ain't no difference in that, right? So if you're gonna put it on Sarah, you got to put she did what she did because of what they did. One action all led to all the other dominoes forming, right? That's the basic. That's what it was, and it was Elgin's actions that made to every domino that fall down after that. You know what I mean? So I can't see them if they get at Boyd. They got to get at Sarah, and then give Elgin a pass. I can't see them doing that. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Of them giving them the pass or anything like that. So I don't think any of them, you know, everyone dirty in this situation. I think that's what he's trying to explain. But it's going to there's no doubt this story getting out there. There ain't no way the story is not getting out there. It has to get out there. That's just what it has to be. There's no other way that it can possibly not get out. You know, it's a small town. Listen, man, I know big cities should get out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about before social media. And shit spread quick. So now you're talking about this little town with 74 people up in there. Think I ain't getting around making the rounds? That's making the rounds. There ain't no way about it. And I don't think you can stop Acosta. I don't think you could shut her down. You know what I mean? I don't think you could tell her what to say to whoever she wants to say it. She gonna say what she feel like saying. And that's just the way it is. It ain't no other way around that. And if she feel like she gonna say what she's seen, she don't know everything else. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing when it comes down to it, that people ain't sharing the full stories of this full. You want to play the telephone game. You know what I mean? And that's what happens in this situation. You got to tell the whole story. Like if they bring that up, the boys got to be like, yeah, I did do it. I did it. I smashed his hand in. That's what I did. I smashed him with a hammer in his hand. That's what I did. Now, he may take the brunt for Sarah and say he did that because that's the type of cat Boyd is. He may take that. But as long as he said, you know why I did that? I did that because this dude kidnapped Fatima and held her hostage. and was making her drink blood. That's why I did it. And I do it for any one of y'all too. If he pulled you out and did that to you, I do it for you. And I do it for you over here. And I wish you would do it for me. And that would be the way I would run it if I was boy. You know what I mean? That's how I get out the whole thing. And then the whole thing just turns on Elgin. And then Elgin. It was funny. I remember back in the days. Not back in the day, but a little bit ago, a couple of seasons when Elgin first appeared, people were like, Elgin is Fatima and Elsa's baby. It's from the feet. Remember people say that? I told heads, I was like, the skin type don't match. They ain't happening. All right. You can't have a half black white guy and then have an Iranian woman and their son have kinkier hair than their grandfather. I mean, it don't work like that. But people try to fight me on that shit. They try to fight me. That's who it is. That's who Elgin is. He's their son grown up. Nah, man, that's not the case. That's not what it is and everything else. There you go. Now, listen, we are dealing with parallel universes. I'm telling you. I've told y'all. And I keep telling you. And I'll make more videos about it, and I'll keep giving you proof on it. We're definitely dealing with a parallel universe. When Tabitha got kicked out the lighthouse, she did not go back to her world. She went back to a parallel universe. That's what it was. I'm telling you. It was a parallel universe. It was no more than that. It had to be that. It wasn't her exact time period where they were at. She's in a totally different place. But it seemed like some of the things had happened that happened to her had happened in that parallel universe. They had done the thing. I mean, I remember when you look at they go inside Henry's house. You know, remember that when she go inside Henry's house? She go inside Henry's house and she look on if you look at the paintings or the pictures on the wall that's up in there, you can clearly see there's a picture like Victor and Eloise, and they mad big. Mad big. They wasn't babies like when they was out there with their moms. I mean, y'all can go back and look. I'm telling you, go back and look. You'll see it. Maybe y'all remember, some in the chat remember, but if you go back and you look, you can see it right there. That those kids at that time were grown. They were like teenagers almost. When Victor and his sister got back, they were what, 6, 7 years old, maybe 7, 8. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell children's age and stuff. But them kids in there that was there with Victor, they was big as hell. Big as hell. And that's not coincidence that they put that picture there. So that's just what it's going to be. That's just what it is. So we got a super chat here. It says, thank you so much from Jessica. It says, what if Elgin brings up Fatima murder and Tilly? That could stir stuff up. I don't know if he knows about that. Like, I don't think anyone knows about Fatima taking out Tilly. Who knows about that? Boyd knows about that. Ellis knows about that. And they ain't talking. You know what I mean? So that I don't know if anyone else knows about it. So I think that would be the difference in that whole situation. And thank you so much for the generous super chat. I really appreciate it. Well, wait a second here. Wait a second, man. Perk-minded, man. Costa not making it out this season. Listen, bro. There's a lot of things you could say on the Don's channel. But I will hear no slander to my girl Costa. Yeah, none. We ain't hearing nothing. All right, Nathan about it. No slander. She gonna make it out. Right? She gonna make it out of here. All right. Even if I gotta go and drive down a road, pull out my chainsaw and chop a tree down so it falls in front of my car, she gonna make it out. If I gotta do it, I'll do it, and I'll run up in there myself. Goddamn, I'll run up in there myself, and that'll be the end of this whole situation. All right, and all that. Listen, people. Yeah, no slander. Yeah, I got love for you. You know what I mean? But I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Y'all keep that to yourselves, man. And that's just what it is. But yeah, but if you go back and you look, you'll see a big version of Victor and a big version of look, listen. Jazz Acosta is one of my faves. Listen, that's slander too, bro. No one need to know that, right? You keep that to yourself, brother. You keep that to yourself. Ain't no one need to know. I don't hear nothing. You keep that to yourself, goddammit. Ain't no one asked for that shit. Hey, that's Acosta taken, man. Y'all find somebody else. God damn it. What you thinking here? Everything. Leave that alone. Anyway, besides that, I swear to you, if you look, maybe I can find the picture for you. I don't know if I'll be able to find it right now. It's too much. I got the phone lines open. Again, if you can call me up, if you want to speak about this episode, the phone number is 518-290-0848. 518-290-0848. You know what I mean? There we go. There you go. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Oh, everyone want to say something about it. All right, Acosta has a lot of nerve after she came into town killing someone. What's she gonna do? What will you do? She was laying the let out. There's monsters chasing you. She ain't go up to the girl and execute her. She ain't trying to do something to somebody. She was sniping away. I'd be on the same shit. They're coming over here. I get them all. I'm getting everybody. You ain't getting near me. I don't blame her for that. You can't hold her on that. She ain't mean to do that. She didn't go up to show and say, "How you doing?" Bop, and catch it. Nah, she was trying to catch everybody. All the people running after. That's just the way it go, man. Let me tell you something. If I had a samurai sword and the monsters are coming at me and I'm cutting them down and somebody get in the way that wasn't a monster, oh well. That's the way it go. It happened that way. Question. The kids poured their hopes into the tree's roots, or however it goes. Why did the tree bleed when Jade touched it? So, again, the tree didn't bleed itself. It had people being hung from the tree. So it's not like Game of Thrones, where you have the heart trees, or people like the heart trees are what they are. When they have the face carved into them, they become the weirwood trees, but they're really heart trees. The heart trees sap look like red blood in it, and that's why they say those trees bleed. This is not that situation. It was the people being hung on the trees and their blood dripping down onto it and stuff. And we've seen it. If y'all seen that video with Jade, it's obvious what that is. That it's not hard to tell there, and I'll talk about it for a second. You see Jade, he's on the porch, and it's got everyone that he's seen in the vision on the porch, except for the guy that got smashed by the rock. But everyone else he's seen in the vision is on the porch, and they're all playing violins. What does this mean? It means that they're all reincarnations of Jade. That's just what it is. So everyone that we've seen Jade have a vision of, that's him in the past life. Everyone. He got crushed by a rock one time. He was Christopher. He was the Civil War soldier who got stabbed and got killed, or got hung by the tree and got killed. Everyone we've seen, that the guy drinking the blood out of the skull, he got stabbed up in the eye and pinned on the tree. All of those are all versions of Jade that all lead to who he is right now. That's what that means. That's what they're trying to say there. I can't see it being anything else but that. Especially the rest why they have them all playing the violin to show that they're all one and the same. That's why I took it. Ness said, "Thank you for the super chat. I've only seen one comment on this, but does anyone know why they emphasize twice on the car clipping that Cage Boyd built next to the sheriff's station?" Emphasize twice on the car clipping the cage. You mean, so you're talking about that he used to execute people in? That was there, the car clipped that? I think they did it to show that, you know what I mean, that Boyd, if you're talking about that, you know, put him in there. Do I still have that break? I used to have that break in there. If that's what you're talking about. Let me see if I can find it. All right, let me take this. This is 708.
Call from
Jackson.
To accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don, Tony Teflon.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm chilling. How's everything with you?
Everything's all good over here, man. I just have a couple of things to say about what you were just talking about.
All right, go ahead.
If I'm not mistaken, there's 8 dates on the lighthouse, correct?
Say it again.
On the lighthouse dates from the beginning of 1506 to the end, there's 1978, I believe. There's 8 dates. Okay, remember how I was telling you the last time I called that this is like Dante's Inferno?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you got the 8 dates right there. They're on the last of trying to go to the 9th level of Dante's Inferno. So this is the 8th cycle. There's at least, I don't know if they're going to show everything, but I think there's at least 8 to 9 people of everybody in here.
That would be nuts
because
if they did that.
People can reincarnate into this level no matter where they're from. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it without putting Buddhist in there and Gnosticism, but that's pretty much where they're going. Like they're in a place called the Baccarat. And I don't know if you're familiar with Buddhism.
I am not.
But that's like the Tibetan wheel, which is like a prison. And like the boy in white represents the moon or nirvana. And then you have the man in yellow, which is like your biblical Lucifer character that goes around, the fallen angel.
Mm-hmm.
And he runs this place. Okay. And the same thing happens with the archons in Gnosticism. You have the 7 archons that you got to, in order to proceed. So right now, I believe they're on the 8th level, going into the 9th level. And I wouldn't be surprised if what everybody's saying is correct. You said Victor's the man in yellow and the boy in white. It's possible that he's all of them. Why? Because this started in the beginning of 1506, and every person that had died or got trapped is still there. Everybody who's died in this place is still there. So the voices that Maiden Sarah's hearing are all the dead people that have died, telling her what to do, but we don't know because we can't pinpoint it.
Well, she said that she said that she was the people that she was hearing were captured too. That was the thing.
Correct.
She said that they're captured and they want to go home also.
Yes, 100%. So I believe that this is just everybody from the 1506 cycle that has passed is keep coming back and over. And even though they're in different vessels or different souls, this place allows them to be separate entities and deities. Because when a long time ago, when you told me and repeated it last live, that the writer said that they're not dead, nor they're in purgatory. See, thing with the Tibetan wheel and all that is you're in a different state of intermediate being. So you're not those things. So technically, the writers are not lying to us.
Yeah,
it's semantics, but they're not lying to us.
Well, we've seen it. They already did the Schrodinger's cat thing, right? We've seen that already in there, showing that. And I think that to me, when they did the Schrodinger's cat, I think they're talking about parallel dimensions. That it's something existing and living and dead at the same exact time. All inside until you open the box and you figure out exactly what it is, and it has to choose, because that's what it goes when you deal with science in there. When you have the atom that's bouncing around in there, it could go one. It's both ways until it has to pick until you see it and everything. But until then, I think that's what they were trying to say with that whole situation. But I feel what you're saying, and I don't know. Me personally, I would say to just draw from the Tibetans. To do it, it's quite possible if some of those people who wrote the show have some type of monkish history or knowledge. I think it's quite possible that it could be that. I just don't think it has anything to do with me personally with God or something like that. That's just the way I see it. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think all that is just the God stuff. It's going to be God. This is going to be. I don't believe that it has anything. I think it's more simpler than that. This is me.
It's a very good possibility. This show is just taking elements of everything, making it into something of their own. You know, so they're using real world events, past events, biblical, Bible, mythologies, everything. So anything could go.
100%.
One more thing. Whenever you ever want to talk about how this thing may have happened, I have a Lovecraft story for you, which I believe where they're going with the 1506 curse on how it all began.
All right. Well, listen, Tuesday we do the theory stream. I would love for you to call up and
Tuesday. Okay.
I call up Tuesday. I'm rocking for 3 hours then, right? So you could spit the whole theory out, and we would love to hear it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thanks for calling. Really, truly appreciate it, man. Truly appreciate it.
Have a good
one. Really good theory, and it could be true. I'm not saying that it's not. So the car clipping. I think you were talking about this thing, right? This is what we're talking about. Is that what we're talking about? A clipping the box and everything. I don't know if it has any significance. That's the reason why he did it. It may be. Thank you for the super chat, Fatima, and it says, and thank you very much. $8. You know, appreciate that. 8's my favorite number. I agree with you in a parallel universe because even when the boy in white's hair color was different and she was younger when Tabitha was in Maine, 100%. I mean, and it was also snowing but it wasn't snowing in Maine when she got there. That's more proof that happened. Again, just look at the Victor's pictures on the wall. You could clearly see that Victor and that Eloise was much older. So they probably got bagged up or went away because obviously he's looking for them, but they was old as hell. They was like almost teenagers in that picture. Go back and look. I promise you that I'm not just saying that. So I'm telling you this is what it is. They was definitely older. It's definitely dealing with the power. Now, as for what my man was talking about, who just called in, I see it different. Like when I look at I just did the video on it. When I look at the writings of the dates that are in there, I think that, and I matched it up. You could see it in my last video. Go check it out if you haven't. But every one of those dates all go to a massacre. There was a massacre on every one of those years. A massacre, and every one of the massacres line up to everything that we have seen in this show so far. And so when we hear him say, this is my favorite part, it's either he was a part of the massacre and he was out there, or he watched it. And now he's using all those things and those elements over here in Farmland. When you look at the DeWitt massacres where they rip the bodies apart and the way they did it and everything else, that actually happens here. When you look at the one date that has Jonestown in it, and you see that Jonestown straight up, the guy convinced everybody to kill themselves. And then we see in episode 1, Boyd over here getting bullets ready to telling Kenny, like, listen, we may have to take each other out. It's no different, but you can go through them all. I promise you, as I did in the video, and you'll see that every one of them leads to a massacre. We had Super Sticker first. Thank you so much. And then there was a question right after that. Appreciate it. Who's ready for Sarah versus Costa showdown? Sarah can't beat my girl, man. Are you crazy? Sarah got no chance. She's too skinny. Costa got weight in them legs, man. Are you crazy? She can't beat her. It ain't happening, man. That ain't no fight that's going down right there. You know what I mean? Sarah can't win that one. Sarah can't win it. Not at all. Not at all. This is 919.
Call from
Makita.
To accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. Who am I speaking to?
That's Makita.
What's going on, Makita? What's going
on? Hey, I was going. Now, when the man in yellow said to Julie, where are you coming from now?
Yep.
Now, are we saying that he's a time traveler too, or he's just an old soul?
I'm saying that he's been in here since it started. So when she goes back into time, say she goes back to when there was a pilgrim woman, he's there at that particular time, but he may not be in the form that as a man in yellow. He could be in the form as a pilgrim woman. You know, when we see the guy on the steps and the monster says, "Julie, don't you remember me?" That's easily could be right there. You know, so I think it's just him in different forms, and he keeps running into her, and he keeps seeing her, and maybe she doesn't realize that it's the man in yellow because he's in different forms at the time.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say, because so he just recognizes her, but she didn't seem to recognize him.
No, she didn't. Not at that point. And I don't think we get the recognition until we see Victor and them find his suit out there, and then they bring it into the station. And I think then Victor all of a sudden will remember from the drawing of the man in yellow that who the man in yellow was. And because I told y'all, and and anyone who's here, I told y'all all straight up and everything else. I told y'all straight up, I saw it to you, that no one trust anything that Victor says, that every time he shows you something, it's not the truth. You have to wait for the second time around. And then in this story, in this trailer, they show Victor when he's over here walking with the boy in white, and you see him, the boy in white's waving, and now we see the man in yellow there in the trailer, right? Again, I told you that something like that was going to happen. Don't trust the first time around. You wait till the second time. Okay. Always wait till the second. It's always wrong the first time. Second time, you get it right.
So what about him drawing a picture of the flood? Wouldn't that be the same?
When he draws stuff, he draws it to remember it, right?
To remember.
Yeah, to remember. You ever see that movie like Memento? You ever see that movie back in the day?
Yeah.
All right. And how the dude and the dude would have to draw on himself so he remembered everything, right? Take pictures and write that. That's why Victor do it, because his memory not good. You know what I mean? It's just like that Memento movie. But when he just physically remembers it, he always get it wrong right off the bat. But the pictures is right. The pictures is on point every time. That's why he does it, to get it back. Just like in that Memento movie, he writes down the back, "Don't trust this guy," whatever, and then tattoos everything on it. You know what I mean? That's what that's
So you don't think he survived the flood? You don't think a flood occurred and he actually survived?
I don't know if it was him. He had some image, like I would say that, you know, there's some things that he draws that's impossible for him to have seen. Right. But we see the same thing with Miranda. And remember, when Miranda got her vision, she took LSD first. And then all the stuff, visions popped up, and she started painting all the stuff she was seeing. So it could be a situation like that with Victor, where he's drawing stuff that he did not see also, but it popped up in his head, so he put it on paper.
Because and just one more thing, I ain't gonna hold you. The man, when Miranda drew that picture down in the basement there, of the man in yellow, part of him is like clean, and the other one's tattered on the other side. So, we're saying how she saw how he evolved or something, or
she may have caught him before this happened to him, or he was in a very different state, because that guy was crispy clean, and then this dude is messed up. Doug Hughes told the story about it when he did. He sure did. You know, so we have to look at it like that. That the guy at one point was good, but then the next time he seen him, something had happened, and he wasn't the same. So that picture he draws was when he was good, but we don't know what changed him to what it is now.
Well, I'm on that. I've been on the alien tip from the jump, just like you.
There you go. Don't let these people sway you.
No. From day one, it just felt like that. It just felt like it was something from somewhere.
That's what
somewhere else.
That's what it's gonna be. Hey, let them haters hate. I know. I said it from day one too, and I'm telling you, this is what we're gonna see.
Yeah, I believe it. I do believe that.
And I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to say something like that.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. It is gonna happen.
That's right.
It's clear. It's already clear. It's like they didn't ship to happen already.
You right on that. You right on that.
Okay, Tony. Thank you so much. And say hey to Phil. I don't see him today, so
I'll definitely give him a
just give
shout
him
for you.
Take care. Have a good one.
You too. Wait a second here. Did Think Story come into the Don's channel and try to talk about my girl? Listen, did someone say Acosta, finger red, number one? What you trying to say, man? About my shorty here, man. You're talking cryptic languages. Cryptid. None of that. We will have no blasphemy about my girl Acosta. I don't care how many subscribers you get. All right? It doesn't matter to anybody. Y'all gotta watch what you say about my shorty, man. All right? This is what it is. All right? That's the way it's going down. It don't matter who you are. You call me the can man. African, Mexican, American, Canadian, any man can get it. Pause. What up, Think Story? Thanks for stopping through. Truly appreciate it, man. 100%. And all that without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? That's what it is, man. But you know, I'm with Shorty. She right out there. Give Think Story a shout out, man. Everyone know who this dude is. Do great work, man. Do great work, man. Now I don't say that about everybody. You already know that. Yeah, I already know I don't say that about everybody. But I say when it's validated and it's real. Do great work. He's great at what he does. There's no doubt about it. All right. So yeah, when it comes up in there, you know what I mean. When it comes down to it, and we look at this, and Shorty, who was on the phone, she was talking. You know what I mean. It's gonna be aliens and all that. Listen, y'all trying to move the goalpost on it because y'all feel it coming. You know what I mean? Because I've seen all the stuff and everybody and all the other YouTubers out there make fun of it and all this stuff, right? And all this stuff, but now I think the worm is starting to turn and people are starting to come around. And we ain't taking nobody on this bandwagon. This wagon packed. We packed up on here. You know what I mean? We stay into it. Y'all got to stay where you at. Because God damn it, when it goddamn happens, I promise you I will be up here.
I fucking told you. I fucking told you.
Promise you. I will be up here spouting all that stuff. Because I know all you people out there, and I've told you before, it wasn't me. I just do. I have experts who say this.
We have all sorts of stories, mythologies, legends that could be interpreted as gods, who in reality were misinterpreted extraterrestrials.
That's it. That's our expert. That is an expert. All right, you know you're an expert when your hair looks like that. You can't be anything but an expert when your hair looks like that. And you heard what this dude said. Misinterpreted extraterrestrials. That's what we're dealing with right now. That's what it is. And that's what it's gonna be when it's all said and done. That's what it's gonna be. You guys see, there's a Dragon King supernatural story. Keep thinking. You know what I mean? Oh. Listen. You know, we got love for you, but you know, this is the familiar up in here. This is Don talking to you. All right? This is the familiar. We're not the family. We love the family, but we got our own little sect over here. You guys shout us out. We the familiar. And to talk about girl Costa, who shouted us out on the red carpet and said, "What up, familiar?" on the red carpet. Shouted us out. Come on, man. And y'all over here talking blasphemy about Shorty. Blasphemy. I'm not going to hear it. I'm not going to have it. Not on my channel. Not today. Not ever. Not having that stuff. All right. We are having such a great time. I'm having a great time with you. This episode, hopefully it's going to be great. I do not want a filler. I need no filler. All right, I need no filler. I would say something right now. I have something to say, but I can't. My mom's here, so you got to wait till a stream. My mom's not here now. So well, I don't want no filler. I want no fluff. I don't want nothing like that. Everything needs to be on point when it all comes down to it and everything else. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. But there we go. That is what it is. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? To the familiar. Appreciate you, Kay. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? From psychology, mythical horror, Jorgen archetypes, Campbell's Law, and Lancan nightmares with a dark interbirth mythology structure. Flipping the Morbius strip. That's a lot. You said a whole lot there, David. And I give you credit for saying it. But I think it's too much. I think it's just a little too much. Again, I always tell people, man, when I break down these shows, and I'm doing this for a long time, I always tell people keep it as simple as possible. That when you go too far out the box, it's never that. I've been through it, man. I tell you, I'll give you a great example. This dude who I'm not friends with, but Phil, his name Preston Jacobs. All right, you can look him up. He's a very big Game of Thrones guy. Came out a little bit after me. All right. And Preston, amazing at what he did with Game of Thrones. He had all these theories. He had this whole thing about dragon riders and blood type and the male blood type and the female blood type and all this stuff added up to who was able to ride a dragon and who wasn't because of the blood and everything. It was amazing. I looked at it. I was like, damn, this is amazing. How did he figure all this out? And then Preston Jacobs, he went out there to a convention, met George R. R. Martin, told George R. R. Martin everything he had made up. And George R. R. Martin looked back at him and said, excuse me? What? Okay. And that's what it was. George ain't never intended on that shit. He didn't have nothing to do with it. So I had no idea what he's talking about. George was just like, oh, okay. He didn't have nothing. George just said, all right, this one's going to ride a dragon. This one's going to ride a dragon. This one's not going to. This one. He didn't have no science behind it. He wasn't sitting there saying, all right, the DNA on this one is from this parent, and the DNA is over here from this one. And he didn't give a goddamn. He just thought this was cool for this one. This wasn't good for that one. That's what it was. And that's usually what it is, man. Because, again, we have to look at what we are. We are fans, which means fanatics, which means we have a lot of time in our hands to come up with shit. A lot of times. These writers don't have as much time to get that series going. They got a little bit of time to write the scripts for the next season. They ain't going back and fact-checking and cross-referencing and doing all this stuff to get this shit done. They ain't doing all that. They got to get this fucking next season out. That's what it comes down to in the end. And I'm telling you, that's the way it goes. So every time I hear a lot of different things, and I hear things, and it sounds amazing, and you should come up with them. It's great to hear, but a lot of times it's the simplest answer when it's all said and done. And what's the simplest answer? The man in yellow is an alien. That's the simplest answer. Just like it. It's like it. You know what I mean? Alien. You know, it's that simple. It's really that simple. You ain't got to explain much then when you go do all that. Because this whole magic thing, it's a bluff. They really want you to believe it. They're doing everything they can. It's so heavy-handed to me that it just makes to me it's impossible for it to be. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. Jazz says, I listen to other channels and sometimes that take the fun out of it with truly deep analysis. Yeah, you can't go too crazy with it. You can't do too crazy with it. Oh, listen, and listen, I'm going to be disappointed if it's that. Why? You see, this is the whole thing too. I think this is not a problem, but I'll say this is the issue with modern day media and the way we're at. It gets to the point now where we have so much access and we can comment and everyone else can comment on television shows that when they don't give us what we think they should give us, we get upset about it. We should not get upset about it because that's not the way it works. This is their show. They're going to give us, if it is supernatural and I'm wrong, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to come in like, damn, it should have been aliens. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say this, I was wrong and it's supernatural. I wouldn't get mad about it though. They have the right to tell their story the way it is. And if this is what they want to say, this is the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't get mad about nothing as long as it ends good. Stick the landing is more important than what the actual thing is. Just stick it. Pull a Kerry Strug. Y'all probably don't know what Kerry Strug is. Y'all may be too young to know what Kerry Strug is. Goddamn. She stuck the landing, goddamn, on one leg. Won a gold medal for the Olympics for our female gymnastics, women out there and everything else. That's what I'm saying. And that's what it is and everything else. All right, let's continue. I'm going to continue about this episode that is popping off. That's what we're here talking about. We have over 235 people up in the building rocking with us right now. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy, the Don Tony Teflon. You know what I mean? Truly appreciate that whole thing. You know what I mean? Truly appreciate it. And make sure you hit that thumbs up so it can be spread out there. I'm going to lead you up until 10 o'clock. And then I'm going to pass the mic to my man Real. And you can go over to his channel. He'll take you from 10 all the way to 12. And that's what so if people don't know, the episodes drop at 12:01 Sunday morning. So if you have the app, the MGM app, I don't know if it does it for the Amazon app. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. You can watch it that early in the morning. All right. And make sure you do that. Stay up because I'll be up all night making a video. I think last week I didn't get to bed till like 6 in the morning. So I had to stay up and make the video and do everything like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just what it's going to be. So again, 12:01, I'm answering the question for you right now. 12:01 Sunday morning. That is what it's going to, it doesn't do it on Amazon. You have to have the MGM app. So the MGM app, I think is what to say. MGM app, it'll be there. 12:01 Sunday morning. In a few hours, it'll be there. And you'll be able to get it. All right. I promise you. Go up there. That's the Donda. How do you watch Fish live at Spear and From at the same time? I don't know what that is. I have no, maybe you're talking to somebody else because I don't know any what those things are that you're saying. I have no idea what that means. What you said. I'm going by Eastern time zone because I am from the time zone that works the best because that's the one that I use. I don't know any other one. Eastern. I'm from New York. And that's what it is. 12:01 a.m. is when it pops off. You know what I mean? That's just what it is and stuff. So, my mom is going to bed. She says, bedtime. I enjoyed listening to you and your beautiful followers. See you as soon and listen again on Tuesday. Love, mommy. Love you too, mom. Have a good night's sleep. Appreciate you as always. You know what I mean? Maybe now my mom leave. I wait like a half an hour to make sure she's gone. Then we're going to talk about something that happened. There's certain things that can't be happening, goddammit. And I got certain things. I can't say them for my mother, though. Can't say it. Well, I will say it a little bit. We give her half an hour, so make sure she fell asleep. And all that. All right, let's go. What else is going to happen? Let's go. I don't know if this episode is just solely going to focus on that. You would think it has to focus on the story walking, right, of Julie and stuff. And again, this is my brother and sister talking. I'm sorry about that. But the story walking, I wouldn't mind getting a full episode of story walking. I wish they would give us a full episode of story walking. You know what I mean? But she goes back into time to when Boyd shot them bullets. So what's the significance about that point? Let's think about that for a second. Boyd had the bile bullet. It was never going to work. This dripping some bile on a bullet. Number one, the heat from the gun would just destroy it right off the bat. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for being a member for 18 months. Do you think Julie gave the town the talismans? I don't think. I think that she didn't make them physically, but I think she did put them in the spot that Boyd found them. because they're arranged like a woman would arrange stuff. You know what I mean? They were all up in the wall, all nicely placed, one on top of each other. If it was a man, they would just been scattered on the floor, right? And this is the fact. I'm being honest. A man, I know. Them shits would have been scattered on the floor. Them shits was arranged nicely, put right up in there. So yes, 100%. I think all that stuff, it has to do with Julie. I can even see the goats being left there by Julie. Listen, I just thought of a theory right now. It's funny. It's funny. Let's thought of it right now. What if Julie goes back in the time and Elma is gonna die? Or she goes back to that time when the monsters come and kill T and Chen, and she grab up Elma and somehow is able to bring Elma back. And then she takes that goat and leaves it in the wood for Boy. So Elma is, from back then, the mother of all the goats and even herself, right? It could be that simple. It could be that when that whole shit's going down, she goes back there and she grabs the animals and she pulls those animals back there. And then Boy goes back there and finds them. It really could just go down like that. You know what I mean? I just thought of that right now. Now, I'm not saying it's one of the best things I ever thought of. But I'm saying it could be. It could go down like that. Jack says 47, just like Tony said, is symbolism for 74 for a parallel reality. 74 is the amount of people who got cursed in the beginning. 100%. That's what it is. It's no doubt. 47 is symbolism for parallel universes. You can go back. It goes back to Star Trek. It goes back to Bad Robot. It goes back to all those things. Really inside joke amongst them that they do. That is why it's brought up. It's no more than that. And I think that the other things that people bring up with the spiritual numbers and all that stuff, I love those spiritual numbers. I look it up for my birthday myself and try to figure out, oh my God, this says this about me and all that. It's an inside joke. It's always been an inside joke between them. That's what it's going to be. That's what it is. That's why they do it. That's why they've done it in every show, whether you talk about Fringe or Alias or Lost. They've all done it in every one of their shows just to communicate that they're down. They know about it. It is what it is. I just expose it. Their little inside joke to you. I'm the one who put the video out and exposed it to you. But that's what it is. Guaranteed. We're going to see it. I swear to you, the last thing I am worried about is that not being these, what I'm telling you. I am not worried about that whatsoever. I am far more concerned about standing writing the pink letter than this not being what it is. I am confident 100% it's going to be that. 100%. This is the way it is, and that's the way it's going to go. Promise you. I promise you. Trust the dime, man. Trust the dime. All right, let me grab something to drink. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, 1 second. I'm back up in here. I'm here. Don't worry. I ain't gonna leave you hanging. I'm here. I promise you. I got your back. Never got to worry about that. What else are we talking about here? All right, let's go. M, Man in Yellow, Sophia, Shadow, and Anime. The Shadow uses the anime to mediate between the unconscious and conscious awareness, traveling from the forest to the town. I think, like, I when I listen to that, I think that, I got nothing but love for Acosta. I do. I'll know this. I ain't never not made that aware. I am worried about it, though. I am worried. Worried about it. I'm worried about it. I don't know if the Man in Yellow take over, because I think that he's got to give up this Sophia shit. I don't know how long he could run this Sophia situation. I just don't know how long that's going to be able to say he's going to be able to get away with it. And he may have to dip out, you know what I mean? And he may have to jump into someone else. And I could easily see him jumping into my shorty right there. You know what I mean? I could easily see that jumping off. And I'm nervous about that. I don't want it to go down at all, but I could see it happening. I could see it going down and everything. So, but hopefully that's not the case. He could just stay up in Sophia. Jim's eye looked like he was turning into the monster. Eyes did look a little glazy to me, but I think it's more of a I just don't think, I don't know if we could do that. If they're going to show his body and he's going to be inside the barn, then it has to end with that story. You can't. Now, we know we see the picture of Ethan kneeling to him, but I think that's more like a Boyd Father Cotchery situation we're dealing with there. You know, I think you have to make these deaths mean something, you know, and when it's all said and, you know, when it's done. So, I would just think that, you know, it would be it would soften it. It would make everyone else's death cheap if Jim somehow did. Now, if they would have turned Fatima into a monster, then I would have been about it. Like, I think that's where it should have went. You should have seen Fatima outside swaving at people, trying to get them to come out. Like, that works better. Like, even if they did it with Jim, and Jim was outside smiling and said, that shit don't work. That ain't good. Like, and no one will care. People will say, fuck you, Jim. I ain't coming out there. I ain't like you before, teacup. But if Fatima's out there and she's waving, trying to get Ellis to come out, you can get another porn star situation. You can get another porn star situation. Because now we have conflict here of him inside of his head. You know what I mean? That is the way I would see it. The way it works is they turn someone like that. And then it would be a whole situation. Because listen, let's go through it real quick. Real quick. We can make the case that Fatima's turning into a monster. I can make the case right now. You know, I'm the Johnny Cochran of this motherfucker. I can make the case right now and I'll make it believable. All right, let's go through it. They said that the people who did it turned to these monsters, sacrificed their children, and that granted them eternal life. Well, we could say that Fatima just sacrificed her kid by when she let it get taken by this kimono lady. We could easily say that was a sacrifice. She gave her child up. She may not have willingly gave it up. She was in pain. She didn't fight for it. And if we look at it that way, then I think that when we see it, we could say she sacrificed her child and turned to a monster. And now she has eternal life as one of them also. We can easily say it. I can easily put that on there. And it would be better if it was her. It would make more sense if it was her. If it's Jim, it just doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? This doesn't work for me and everything else. You know what I mean? But that would be my case. If I had to make a case to say, well, I just made that up right now. You see, that's how I can do this. That's how it works. Not saying it's the greatest, but that's how mine works. That's the way it goes. You know what I mean? But I think it's a strong case. That's why she would be turning into a monster. Now, when I see her breaking down on the cars and I see her breaking the windows, I think that's because Ellis got killed at the cabins. I think Ellis is going to get got at the cabins. I don't think he survives that. I think that's why she's so upset and she's breaking the windows down and everything else. I think that's that. I think he's not long for this earth, Ellis. I can't see him being here. Again, it could come down to the exact same thing that started the whole thing with Victor. We could see everybody die and Ethan survive. And then you start this whole shit over. I could easily see them ending this whole thing like that. If they wanted to end it on a dark note. And they were looking for a sequel type situation or something like that 5-10 years down the road. Kill everybody off. Ethan survives by himself and he's in there. And instead of the boy in white, it's Jim talking to him. And now Ethan's stuck up in there. And that's it. And then 10 years from now, you do it later, 10 years from now, now you have a whole storyline. You start with Ethan and a whole bunch of new people up in there. And you have Ethan not remember shit. I can easily see him ending it like that. You know what I mean? 100% if they really wanted to end it, I'll be all that. Oh, are we repping our hood right now? All right, let's do it. Let's do it back in the day. We do like I made this shit up, man, back in the day. The other motherfuckers did it and they started copying me. But I'm the originator of this motherfucker. So we're going to do it right now. Everybody, to the 255 people that are watching right now, the Don Tony Teflon is going to ask you to rep your hood. Put your hood in the chat and let people know that Teflon TV is worldwide, baby. Let us know where you repping from so I can come out there and put it there and let everybody know how far we expand, how we do this. You know what I mean? Let's go through it. Rep your hood right now. The Don Tony Teflon is repping Queens, New York. As always, born and raised, blood gushing, flushing, baby. That's what it is. You know what I mean? That's how we get down. And that's who it is. And if anyone got a problem with that, you could come see me. Big Tone. That's how I do. Let's go through it, everybody. Let's say what up to everybody up in here and where you repping from. We got right now, and Phil used to be the one who read all these things. It wasn't me. So leave this to Phil, and I'm doing Phil's part. We got JMR. Flooded is from PA, Chester, PA. We got Carol representing Cleveland, Ohio. We got White Noise Studios 86 is from Houston, Texas. We got right now Miss Building Black Wealth in the building, and we all about that. And from Birmingham, Alabama, repping for us right now. We got Justin Gonzalez, the Lower East Side, Manhattan, repping for us right now. Who else we got up in here? We're going to keep it going. We got ZYLAX from Atlanta, Georgia, repping us. We got Toronto from Bliss right here. Camden, Maine. We're going to keep it going. Camden, Maine up in here from Jamal Walker. I'm going to say working with us, but Walker got in my tongue. Working with us right now. We got Sunshine rocking from California right now. Hyattsville, Maryland, in the building. Music Fancy. Kayla is up in here from California, rocking with us right now. We got Haz from IN. I'm saying it's at Indianapolis. We're going to say it's in here. We got Susie from the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Akron, Ohio is being repped by the real Rebel Eric right now. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is over here from Andrew. TCP is all the way up in Fromville. Stay away from my girl, man. I'll have to come up in there. All right. Aurora is up in there. New Orleans is up in the bills. In Los Angeles, we're repping New Orleans and all that good stuff. Yeah, another Cali is up in here from Quentin up in. The man in black repping Queens, baby. What? Queens is soft. Wait a second. I thought you were repping Queens. I was giving you a shout out. You ruined the whole vibe. You fucked up everything. You mean Queens is soft? What you talking about? Queens is soft. What do you mean? Explain yourself. Because we can go through it, man. Explain yourself. Talking about Nepal is in the building right now. You messed my whole vibe. Now I'm upset. I'm upset. Allison right now from Cincinnati's up in here right now, rocking with us right now and all this stuff. Listen, man. Please, listen, man. You testing the diet. We got Toronto is in the building right here. Tennessee is up in here. I don't know the first part of that, goddammit, but I can say you're from Tennessee and everything else right now. You know what I mean? Brooklyn, New York is in the building rocking with us right now. Miami is up in here rocking with us right now. This is Queens is so. You crazy? Number one, let me talk about Queens, New York. We have the biggest projects in all of the city, probably the whole country, in Queensbridge projects. No one's stepping the Queensbridge project. Nobody. I don't care where you from. You don't step to Queensbridge, right? Everybody know better than that. Every greatest rapper who ever lived is from Queens. We ran this whole hip-hop game, and we still do, period. We've always run the hip-hop game. We've always run rap music. Every greatest rapper has come from Queens, New York. Name them, go down the list. And that's just the bottom line. We run this shit. We've always run this, and we will always continue to run this. And that is the bottom line. Anyone else can say whatever they want, but that is not the case, baby. If you say something, everything else. Brooklyn, it got a couple of good Brooklyn Biggie. I got Biggie, Jay. All right, that's who you standing on? Jay-Z, who got murdered by Nas from Queensbridge, got murdered, tried to battle for someone from Queens and got burnt. Got murdered by my boy Nas. Come on, man. You better bring somebody else out there. I thought you were going to bring up somebody that was special. You bringing up Biggie and Nas. I mean, Biggie and Jay-Z, that ain't enough. That ain't enough, man. Come on. We the pioneers of this whole game, man, period. That's the bottom line. Go through it. You'll see it. Learn the history, and you'll see it was all from Queens. We ripped it, man. It's all about us. I could do a whole live stream on hip hop and how it started and everything else. And I could tell you, I could show you from the facts that it's all started in Queens and all that. Go through them. Tribe Called Quest. You can go through them all. The biggest acts all came from Queens, man. Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play, Kwame. I have to go through all of them right now. I can go through everybody in there, almost every MC Sham, Roxanne Shante, Run DMC, LL Cool J, 50 Cents. I can go through everyone, and you'll see that all the greatest MCs all came from Queens. Period, man. And that's just facts. That's just facts. That's what it is, man. That's just what it is. It's no way around. Mobb Deep. I can keep going. I can keep going. That's just what it is. It's the Mecca. Tupac is from New York. There's no doubt about it. He was born in New York. If Michael Jordan was born in New York, brother Michael Jordan, born in Brooklyn, New York, Michael Jordan, right? Best, man. We New York. We repping. All right. I'm not gonna get into that. We're here to talk about. Thank you for repping your hood and everything. I'm glad you all. We have 260 people here watching us live. I truly appreciate it and everything else and all that. You know what I mean? And I'm really about it. And I really appreciate y'all coming out here rocking with me. Truly do. This is from Eve stream. We are on the eve, the cuspice of it when it's all about when it's all said and done. The new episode 2. All right, so we're talking about Julie's story walking back to that time. Now, again, we got to look at what was going on there. Again, we see the number 47 inside of there on the radio. They flashed that up in there. And then we hear the banging underneath the truck or the RV, right? We know the RV is on direct ground. So how would you be able to bang underneath it? You'd have to get through the ground and bang underneath it. It doesn't seem like there was a hole or anything. So how did that sound take place when that was all said and done? Thank you for the super chat. Anamite City, LA, Butler Town. No love. Got love for everybody in LA. Got love for all y'all out there. Where is Phil? You have to ask Phil about that. Phil will be back on Sunday. Don't worry. All right. So when we see that whole situation and everything, how did that happen there? That's number one. Number two, most important thing that happened in that scene is Randall, right? The whole Randall situation is the most important things that happened in that scene. Randall was there. He runs out. First, he kidnaps Donna, which I think he was right to do because Donna is the mole. And that theory never got tested, but they broke him right there. He bounces out. He runs away. When Randall runs away, all the monsters go after Randall, right? They all just stop there, and they all go after Randall. We have to remember that. They're all after him. That's when he lays on the floor, and then he's got the circadian months jumping in his mouth and stuff, and he's just laying on the floor. Then he wakes up. We never see what happened. So I think that's what they're going to show us. I think that Julie, because she's doing this with Randall, right? Remember, we've seen that Julie asked for Randall's help, is going to be concerned about Randall. She's going to run up on there, and then we're going to see exactly what goes on. And then that's when we see in the trailer, Julie gets slashed in the face. I said it's Julie that's getting slashed at that time because one of the monsters grab her. I think that's when she gets grabbed up. And that's how she's going to come back with the scar on her face. I think she gets slashed right there. That's what I think. I think she goes after Randall when they all go after her, and she's going to see. But maybe we'll see more because Julie, I would think, could see those cicadas. You know what I mean? Ain't no one else can see them shits. Randall can see them because I don't think they're from this dimension. I think they're from a different dimension and stuff. So I think that Julie will be able to see them. But when she's out there looking, that one monster gonna grab her up, throw her on the floor, slice her face, then she's gonna come back and she's gonna disappear like she did with the man in yellow. I think that's how we're gonna get it. It's the only way I could see, because I think that's the important thing that they're gonna show is her going after Randall. I don't think she's gonna. It makes no sense to go after everybody else because everybody else just walked away because all the monsters ran after Randall. And again, when you deal with that situation, you deal with the Randall helping her out, that she may see what Randall sees at that time, and then she'll be able to be more. Oh, I see it. I see it with you. Bye bye. You ain't. I'm no. I see it, or something like that. That's what I would think. You know what I mean? That's my take on that whole situation and how it's going to go down. We'll see. People are saying, AMX about 16 miles north of Debbie Obebe, the one and only Rockers. We got nonfiction up in here rocking. Yep, the episode drops tonight. Yes, it does. Well, it's not tonight. It's not tonight. Are we being technical? It is tonight, but it's not tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not. It's tomorrow. As early as it gets tomorrow. You know what I mean? But it might as well be tonight, goddamn. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff. Did you see the From preview Phil posted on show? I see everything that Phil does. I see everything Phil does. Phil has the right to post whatever he wants and do whatever he wants to do. I've seen it. Yes, I did. And everything. But I didn't do a video on it myself because I just didn't. I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler because they released it. So that just ends the spoiler situation because they released it. It was released by the company. But they just give away too much. Like, I just don't know who's editing this shit and why they feel they have to put all that stuff out there. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Oh, you see right here. Tonight is California. It's only 9 a.m. 9 p.m. So it is today and it is tomorrow. I mean, it's just like From. Some places it's today, some places it's tomorrow. You know what I mean? But it's just too much. They gave away too. There's no need to show the man in yellow at that time period when Victor with the massacre Victor came out after him. There was no need to show that. There was no need to show Jade with all these violence. It's just like, I hate when trailers do that, especially when you're dealing with movies or television shows, and they give away all the best scenes in it. And there's no need for it. The show itself is going. They should have never put that out there. They should have never, in my opinion, they should have never did it. Do you think Sarah was told to kill Ethan because Ethan becomes the man in yellow? And the man in yellow both said to Julie, no one can change a chapter once it's been written. I mean, if you want to go with the man in yellow being Ethan, I think she was told to kill the boy in white because the boy in white is the man in yellow. And that's what I think. I think that she just looked up and she seen Ethan, and that was the first boy she's seen. So that's what she thought she was talking about. But I think it's the boy in white. I think the boy in white is the man in yellow. I don't buy the Ethan man in yellow stuff. He has had an attitude this season, though. I ain't gonna hold you on that. His attitude is shitty this season. He's acting, he don't care about nothing, and people dying in car accidents, and he's just sitting there taking it. You know what I mean? But I just can't. I don't see it. I think the boy in white is the man in yellow. Thank you for the super chat, the Chocolate Thunder, and it says just wanted to show some love and ask you what your thoughts are on Randall. I think Jim and him were a great duo. You know, I like Randall. You know what I mean? I never not liked Randall from day one. I thought he was cool peoples in this show. You know what I mean? And it all depends if he has some type of power. I think when it comes down to it, did all three of them get some type of ability? Did Julie get story walking? Did Randall get something? And did Marielle get something? Or just Julie just got something and these two just got tortured? We have to see exactly. Do they have those bugs up in their ass too? This like Martin had it up in him, right? Do they have them in there and they're dormant and they just haven't been moving around yet? And they're going to start moving around. It could be a situation like that. It could have been experimented on. What did he see that is worse, that death is better than? What was it? The only thing that could be better than death, in my opinion, would be, worse than death, would be getting tortured. Being tortured is much worse. You read people torture people and people beg to die because they don't want to get tortured anymore. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So what's the torture that's going on there? What is it and everything else? You know what I'm saying? So I would think it would be something like that when it's all said and done, you know, that maybe we get a chance to see it and all that, you know. So that's what I say. But now I like the cat, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like good peoples and all that, and all. He just want to be the hero. He's always willing to help. Like he was one of the first people to jump in there when the house collapsed on Jim. He was the first one to jump up in there and try to save stuff. You know what I mean? He's always been out there willing to help. I think it's the bad rap, and I think he was right about Donna being the mole. I think it's going to come out that Donna is the mole, 100%. If they remove Observer, Maniel, yeah, Maniel is like an observer, but I think the Observer is over the Man in Yellow. I do think there will be an observer, but I think it's over the Man in Yellow. The Man in Yellow himself is the observer, but I think it's over that whole situation when it's all said and done. That's what I believe. It says Sarah said it touched Kenny's arm and liked it. Well, listen, you know. You're going to make me say something that's going to get me in trouble. So what I'm going to do is not say nothing. But I will say to each his own. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. And everything. To each his own. That's just what it is. You got people coming in saying, when's episode 2 coming out? It's coming out tonight, 12:01. If you're on the East Coast. Well, tomorrow, 12:01 a.m. Do you think Randall makes it? Or do you think he find out that he was right after? I don't think he makes it. I think Randall will die when it's all said. I don't think he makes it out of here. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Him making it out of this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Randall gonna get got. There is no doubt about it. Randall ain't built for this world. But I say, like anybody could get it. You know what I mean? Anyone could get it. I'm saying easily could see everyone getting got. And then that's it. Because the only person I'm concerned about is Akasa. Because that's the only one I care about. The rest of them can go. They can all go. I don't care about it. They can all get got. I wouldn't say nothing. Yeah, Kenny, oh well. Ellis, oh well. Boyd, he tried his best. Jade, oh well. I think Jade is getting got. Because when we look at everyone, and listen, and that's why Martin, that is what this is what I think. I'll put that in the video, so I won't say that, but I'll say I do believe that Jade is gotta go. I don't think he makes it out of this alive. I think he has to go. Everyone else, they've showed a concept, especially in that scene with all the versions of him dying, and they all died a different way. It seemed like. I don't think he makes it out. I think he figures it out, but he doesn't make it out. Because that's just the constant repeat is that he's dying. And I don't know why that would change all of a sudden. But I don't think he makes it. Like I said, I think he'll figure it out, but I don't think he makes it out himself. I think he's going to go. It says Steph. So we're just going to say Steph because that's what I see in the back. Why does it look like Kenny might get some, but it's a shapeshifter? I was thinking a sequel could be in the hotel due to all the stories. Number one, Kenny ain't getting no ass. All right? Kenny ain't getting no ass, man. I done told you that from season 1. Kenny ain't getting no ass. All right? It's not happening. That's number one. Sophia too young. They're bringing her in as a 15-year-old. Kenny got morals. He ain't going to do that. And I just don't think there's any time for that in this show. Like, where they at right now, there ain't no need to have anybody have sex with anybody. Like, there's no need for that. Where we at in the show, that should happen season 1, season 2. Now we in the end game. There's no need for anybody getting in anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just where Jessica. There you go, Jessica. Oh, she's good. Kenny might. He is yours. You could have him. You can have him, Jessica. Oh, he's lucky to have you. God damn it, lucky to have you. All right, listen, man. Why are you trying to get banned, RCO? Putting blasphemy in my chat. I don't get it. I'm good to y'all. I come out here every week and I'm good to you. You know what I mean? I'm good to you. Y'all always be testing me. Why are you testing me, man? Why try my patience? Don't give me this guy. Kenny ain't getting no ass, man. Ain't no ass for Kenny. Ain't nothing happening with Kenny. Kenny gonna be a virgin when he dies. That's the way it's gonna be. That's just what we're gonna see. That's the way it's gonna be, man. I ain't gonna hear no more of that nonsense. All right, ain't gonna hear it. We're not having that stuff. But Don is not having it. What? Casa is definitely a lesbian. Y'all, oh my, y'all, not that there would be anything wrong with it if she was, because there wouldn't be. But Hollywood shows I usually don't have multiple in one show. Kind of like black people. You don't really get multiple in it. You don't get multiple lesbian groups in there. You don't get that. You don't get. In Hollywood shows, you usually get one. It's like black people. You get one. You don't get multiple. I don't believe that's the way it's going now. Not at all. It's my girl. Leave her alone. She's saving herself for the sexiest man on YouTube. And you know who that is. It's a goddamn Don. But makes me think of my homegirl who we haven't seen in a while. LMR. Let's play the Lady in the Don logo. Say that to LMR because we miss her. We miss that. We wish LMR was back when I first started covering the show in season 1. LMR was with me covering it. And then she had to tend to her family and everything. And Phil stepped in and started chilling with me. And Phil been rocking with me ever since and everything else and all that. So, but we miss LMR. Much love to you, LMR. If you happen to be in the background watching or something like that, think about you all the time. Hope everything is going good and all that good stuff. All that. All right. Let's keep it going and keep talking about this episode and everything. Again, you can call me up if you want to speak to me, but people seem to be nervous to speak to the Don. It's all right. You don't have to be nervous. The Don don't bite. unless you're a woman and you ask. All right. But 518-290-0848. 518-290-0848 is the number to call up and speak to the Don live. And that is what it is. Or just, we're here for you. You know what I mean? Over 250 people watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy. 100% we want to got it. Let me see. I hate to do this now when y'all are doing this. Let me see for y'all coming here rocking with the Don. Let me see if I can gift you some memberships. I should have some to gift and stuff. Did the month start off? What is today's date? Let me see. And this is the whole thing. Why you gotta mute this thing? And now I can see what I look like. I never got a chance. I really don't see what I look like. I'm a pretty muscular man, goddamn it. And I'm seeing 141 likes. Not enough. Not enough. Y'all gotta do better than that, man. Not enough. Damn, I'm pretty muscular. God damn it. There it goes. Let me see what I got here. If I have anything to gift there. Gifting memberships. We'll give it to you. There you go. Type man I am. That's the type of man that I am right there. Who do we got? We got Kimberly, Predator. I got to pause this and get back to my regular stream. All right. Yeah, I'm back to the regular stream. All right. Yeah, I told you I give member. Let's get those likes up, man. Come on. You can do better. We can do better. Y'all need to smack the like 100%, man. 100%. We got a call coming through. Let's see who this is. 786. I've never seen that before.
Call from.
Hey, this is Terry.
I think I may have seen it.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don, Tony Teflon.
Hey, salute, man. Mr. Teflon, how's it going?
I'm good, man. How's everything with you?
Hey, salute, man. Everything good, man. I'm a truck driver on the road. Just, tapping into the stream, seeing what's good, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hey, I usually don't call in. I'm the type of fallback, you know what I'm saying, and like to watch, but I was like, let me call in and see what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, one of the things I don't know how many things I want to talk about, but I know one of the things I want to talk about. You mentioned it in this particular stream right now. You kind of glossed over it. Was basically about Jim. He's talking to his son. That's in the
yeah.
in the thing, right? So I'm thinking that he's kind of basically he's like a Father Khatri, and he's like, you know what I mean, like kind of like, he's like a Father Khatri when he's talking to boys. You know what I'm saying?
Know that dead Tom, Father Khatri, dead Jim now.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that's what. So now when his son, is in a particular situation, he'll pop up, something like that. So I'm thinking, something of that nature. So I just wanted to. I haven't heard anybody really say nothing until you just mentioned it. You kind of glossed over it in this particular stream. So I'm like, okay. Somebody actually says something about that. That's what I think. So when we do see him, it might be in that element, after they found him dead, but then he'll pop up again, talking to his son, maybe trying to guide him or something like that, give him words of encouragement, that type of thing.
Right?
Ethan's
going off track or something, because that's every time we see Father Khatri talk to boy is when he's going off track. Every time we see Tom talk to Jade, it's when he's going off track and he needs to get something right. Ethan may have ran out the house in that particular time, mad that his dad is dead and his dad stopped. So, you know what I mean? Something like that happens there.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm on with that. Now I'm kind of have some type of a theory just about the whole.
Okay, now talking about that,
Good.
To me, it's seeming like maybe it's some type, like, okay, they passing away, they're dying or whatever the case may be. So now their spirit's not leaving. So now their you know, their spirit is in the realm, in this realm, whether it be whatever it is. You know, it can go with your, you know, your theory on what's going on or whatever the case may be, but they're popping up. So Father Katra, he died, he's popping up. The wife, I think the wife popped up too, I think, you know what I mean?
Yep.
At one particular point. Yeah, now you got Jim. It looks like, to me, if this theory is correct, he's popping up too. So now their spirit's not leaving. So it could be some type of, I'm thinking it's some type of witchcraft. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, right. You know what I mean? You could, you know,
if that's the theory holds weight, then we would have to see Sarah's brother talk to him, right?
Yeah. That, yeah. Now you bring that up. Yeah, that could be. But overall, I'm thinking that. Yeah, I'm thinking about, okay, yeah. So now there is maybe it's some type of witchery type thing, and they maybe cast a spell on some type, not because now it's running a story, and now they're talking about a story. They're talking about you can't change the story. So now, okay, so now maybe you got some type of witch or some type of big bad boogeyman, and I'm not talking about the man in the yellow suit. I'm talking about maybe he has a boss that he runs all the you know, the spells or whatever the case of what's going on in his town. And the guy in the yellow suit is kind of like his you know, his
he the hitman.
His gunner. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that of that nature. And then the walker, you know, the people that are walking at night, those are like ghouls. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I mean, if you want to look at the mafia way, you know, you would look at there's a boss. Boss don't get his hands dirty. So you got to send in someone like Sammy the Bull, and then there's a bunch of soldiers, and the soldiers would be the monsters, right? Exactly. So it's in that particular realm, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, of course, as the episodes unravel, we'll get more information and be able to check more clues. You know what I'm saying, to see what's going on. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm thinking in the overall scheme of things, I don't want to guess about what's going on, but I think the principle of the matter of this this is just a Hail Mary pass, right? It's kind of like basically how do I want to say it? I'm saying it like basically since the night people, they're walking around, they're not killing anybody. And then you seen, I looked at one of the, like a clip where, boy, he's counting how many days that nobody's died. Nobody's got killed, right? So I'm thinking that, okay, since these people are living, and we're not able to kill these people. So now we need to bring in our gunner. We need to bring in the man in the yellow suit to kind of cause havoc to get things going. What happened was that when Tabitha got out and all this shit happened, they said, all right, bring in the man in yellow. Because I think that Donna wasn't doing her job and she allowed them to escape and stuff. So I think the man in yellow is primarily there to take Donna out and put order back in that place. Yeah, I got you with that. I hear what you're saying with that. I have to see a little bit more to get some weight on it, but I think overall, in the overall scheme of things, since nobody's not dying and these monsters are not eating the people, we need to get some going, to get some blood going, to get organs going, to get, harvesting, whatever they're doing, what I'm saying, whatever they're doing with the organs, whatever they're doing. So now all hell's about to break loose, because now we need to get these people out and keep meat for the grinder going. We can't keep having these people living here. We're not able to eat. The monsters are not able to eat. So now they're bringing out the big guns. They got the guy in the yellow trying to cause havoc. And it could be he out there trying to snipe. He's trying to snipe the mole. It could be. But I think overall scheme of things, nobody's dying. So we need to get things going. And then now, since it's been so long, everybody got to go so we can keep the process going. Get these people out. Get the town going. Get the town painted in red. And then now we can get more
we can get more people coming into the town and keep a regular flow of killing going, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just as simple as that of what's going on. But now who's behind the strings and who's in the story and that's kind of, you know, I'm still trying to figure that part out. But in the overall scheme, I think it's, you know, there's a big wizard, you know what I'm saying? Like or a witch.
Yeah.
And maybe if he might not be in the form, it might not be in the form of some old lady with a mole on her nose. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be somebody, you know, some big monster we haven't seen before that knows what's going on.
I understand.
Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying. You know, when I say that's alien, it's not. It doesn't have to be some green person that looks like E.T. And a witch does not have to be a witch that looks like Broomhilda from the comic strips, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't gotta be like that. I understand what you're saying. I understand where it goes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So now I think that person is one of the persons that's in the painting, the person that is all black with the red eyes. I think that's the person, and I think that if that person happens to pop out, he's gonna be scarier than that painting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be like a whoa moment. Like, yo, that's the person who's running shit. And
the person who's running shit is the person with the goggles on, but that person's a scientist, my brother. That's what's gonna be when the
Yeah, that's in that. I heard your thing about the goggles. I'm not sure. I've been watching. You know, I slept on from the first couple of seasons, and I said, you know what? Some just told me to watch. I started watching it. So I guess maybe a couple months ago, 2, 3, 4 months ago, I started watching it from the beginning and binge watched it, and then I watched it again. So now I'm up to date, and now I'm starting to really catch up on different people that are, you know, have with their theories. So you know, the Don, you're one of the people I watch, and there's other people I watch too. Not a lot, but I do watch, and I do listen to where they're going, because to me this is like a riddle now. The riddle is really trying to find out what the hell is really going on, right? So now I'm really intrigued. So you know what I mean. So I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm really, you know, I'm behind the truck, I'm behind the wheel, I'm out, I'm working, I'm doing things. But now when I got free time, this is one of the things that I like. You know, I'm watching right now. So you know what I mean. But I'm really trying to check the theories, and that's, you know, that's pretty much what I got so far. Is pretty much Jim, he's kind of gonna pop up in that element that we discussed. And then overall, I think it's just as simple as, yo, we need to feed our people.
Yeah.
And right now nobody's eating, so we got to bring in a guy with the yellow suit to cause havoc, to get blood going. You know what I'm saying? And eventually it'll be another. It could be another rendition of all the other years. You know, all the years coming from 1700 all the way up. You know, where they regurgitate and it basically it's a redoing of people dying, the whole town dying, and then another set comes. You know what I'm saying? Another set of people come, that oblivious to what's going on. And in this time, they're really getting information, like, you know, on the talisman. Okay, now once they clear the town, they probably gonna wipe out and get all the talismans out. So now the next flow of people that come in, they're just gonna run with their heads cut off, it's a free for all in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But they got to get these people out. This is what he loves, because you know the guy in the yellow suit assumes pretty much, hey, yo, it's gonna happen. These people are gonna die. It's gonna be it's gonna be a marvelous thing, and now we can get back on track, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
That's what I got. So you tell me how I did. You know what I'm saying, for my first call in.
I think you did a great job. You know, I think you did a great job calling in, man. You know, representing, and that's what it is. I got more people calling up, so let me take these other calls and make sure you call back, brother.
All right, appreciate you, man. I'm still watching, so I got you, man. But I wanted to tap in. I got you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, later.
You know, I love the call. That was a very good call. You did a great job, especially first time calling in. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Whoever just called in, just don't call right back 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back up in here. Let the phone calls begin. I'm back. So what was that called? I could say your number, but I will never do that. Yeah, if you called this call back, I'm back. I am here. That's what it is. Let's get this thing popping. Let's end this on a high note. We got 10 minutes left before I send you over to Real and go check him out right there. Let's go. Here we go. This first one coming back, 804.
Call from
Jamal.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
What's going on, Tony? This is Jamal calling in.
What's going on, Jay?
Hey, not much, man. I'm gonna be real quick because I know you're getting off at 10. I just want to hop in and talk about the Man in Yellow real quick.
Yep.
I think in season 2 we might have seen him, and I'm gonna drop some evidence down real quick. So in season 2, episode 9, there's a mysterious death at the house Sarah is now back staying in. The woman Paula had a mysterious death. She dies in her sleep.
Yeah.
And Reggie was the guy she was living with.
Uh-huh.
And as he was explaining to Boyd and Kenny, I believe.
Yep.
He was saying that something had cracked inside her and that her body and face did something weird.
Yep.
Or whatever. So you got that part, and then what Reggie proceeds to do and the words he uses in the season finale is the evidence that he may have some ties to the Man in Yellow. So in the scene where Boyd and Kenny and Sarah takes a trip to the forest and Sarah starts to hear those voices, he tells Boyd it's laughing at you because you brought it back to town.
Yep.
I believe that's referencing the Man in Yellow right there. And also in that scene we see we don't see it, but Julie Sarah says Julie, and she says Julie was telling Boyd, wanted her to tell Boyd that he has to stop the music. And so right there I think we see one of the voices talking to Sarah, and that is Julie talking to Sarah in that moment.
Well, I made a whole video about everything you just said, so I agree with everything you're saying. So there's nothing I can say about that.
Yeah,
it's definitely Julie who says that. She says Julie. She looks around. That there's no doubt, but I think it's the Man in Yellow is Martin. Martin is the Man in Yellow at that time, and that he's the one who infected Boyd with him, and he's laughing because Boyd brought the stuff back. I agree that, and I think it goes all the way back to the boy in white, who is the one who convinced Sarah and Boyd to go into the tree, and that's where they get caught, and that's where they got captured. Yeah, and that's why he's put in there. So 100%, I agree with everything he's saying.
Yes, sir. Yep. And you mentioned that video that you made. Yep, that's what I watched your video, and then I went back and watched episodes, and then that's why I pieced it together. I'm like, okay, that's what took place right there. And so shout out to your video on that. Yeah. And there's not enough evidence of the Man in Yellow in season 2. I believe we got some more. In another scene with Reggie, he's sitting out front of Colony House, and Ellis walks up to him. And in that conversation, Reggie said to Ellis, "I never realized how fragile we are." And I think that's close enough words mimicking the Man in Yellow or what he used. And the last piece of evidence is who Reggie tries to kill immediately after that interaction with Ellis and stealing the gun from the shed. He tries to kill Boyd, and in the midst of it, he says to Boyd, he is the reason everything is happening because he went into the forest. And after he shoots Boyd, he says, "I always liked you." Now, those are all, words and saying that the Man in Yellow has used.
I didn't pick up on that. I didn't pick up on those words, but you're 100% correct. Those are all the words that the Man in Yellow has used. I always liked you and all that. He has said all that. So listen, I mean, maybe I don't know, and maybe once maybe once he got shot up, he just left that body and went somewhere else, and that was it. And I think that's a great take. I've never heard that before from anybody at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I never put that together with that. So maybe it was Reg.
Yeah, it's possible, and I think how they will wrap it in, or if it is true, I think they'll just like do it as a flashback. Do it like we always seen flashback in the TV show where like for instance we seen Abby when Abby started shooting up the town. Like we didn't know that beforehand. They just that was in the flashback.
And then with the talismans, we didn't know that beforehand. Like as we watching the show, all we do, we just see the talisman. Then a couple episodes later on, they give us a flashback of Boyd, you know, coming out with the talisman. So I think if that's true, I think they'll just wrap it back in some type of way. But I think that probably is a good hint. They just dropped it subtly on us because Reggie and Paula, they not, you know, key characters. And so if they die, you know, you really don't pay that too much. You don't pay that too much of mind. You just let that death go on by its business. But I think it's big because it happened in the season finale. And, you know, a lot of things happening, and we might have just skipped across it, but I rewatched the show about 1,000 times like everybody else, and like you always pick up on things when you rewatch.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, that's a great thought. I think you onto something. I'll take a look at it myself and see it, but you know, it seems to fit to me. But you know, it'd be weird if it was Reggie, but I could see it going down like that, 100%. And from everything you said, it just seems like it's a fit because the words fit.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Like it would be weird for him, but his word usage, his verb usage is like it's like a shout out, like hey, like
the verbiage gotta mean something.
Yeah, definitely. But I just wanted to call in and just tap in with you on that. Appreciate you for having me up. And appreciate you having the phone lines open.
No doubt. I appreciate you for calling in.
All right, have a good night, man.
Peace out.
Look.
There's somebody he's cooking right there. He said what he said. You know what I mean? I appreciate him shouting the Don out for inspiring him for his thing. But the second part, the Don never thought about. But I think he's right on that. He could be right on that. Now I've seen that the link for the t-shirts that are there for the familiar t-shirts and all that. If you do buy a t-shirt, you need to let me know that you bought one. And you can either hit me on Teflon TV that you bought one, or you yourself and I'll put it in the video. All right, but I need to know. 868.
Call from
Prince Agar Targaryen.
To accept, press 1. To send
Last call of the day, my man KP. You in here. You got 5 minutes, brother, and I gotta go.
Good evening to everybody. I hope everybody's going well today. And from comes on tonight after midnight, not so?
12:01.
All right. So I'll probably be up. I'll check it out. But quick question. My question really is a you question. It is twofold. One, what is something about the first episode that surprised you, and what is the most interesting thing about the first episode to you?
Mm-hmm.
And then for the second episode is about the show, what are one or two things that you would like to see, or that you, or let's say even need to see for the show to maintain its pacing and at least status?
Yep.
In your estimation.
All right, so I would say that that shocked me in the first episode ain't nothing. I don't think I was shocked on anything at all. You know what I mean? I think that everything that worked out was well put in there, so there's no need to be shocked about it. It just seemed like it all fell into place, so it didn't shock me like, oh, that's out of left field. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say anything.
It all makes sense.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it all fit where it's supposed to fit, so it didn't shock me. I think in this episode, to me, I just need to see more of Julie's story walking, and I need to see it done right. Time travel could be done to cover up things that you fuck up on, so I would need to see it done right, and that's what it's gonna. That's what I'm looking for. But Kay, I'm a rush.
Time travel, dimensional travel.
Yeah,
all those things. Yeah,
I'm just gonna rush it so I can take this last call, brother. Call me back Sunday.
Nope. Come on.
Call from
MD.
All right, I'm trying to get everybody in here. What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. We got 3 minutes. Go ahead, shoot it.
What's up, man? Look, I want to say, yo, I love your streams. Yo, you the effing man, bro. Straight up. I just want to say that first and foremost.
I appreciate it.
My only My only concern, well, not ain't gonna say a concern, but if Ethan was saying about that, you can't change a story when it's written and those kind of things. I'm wondering what rules are they gonna give us for the game? I think a better understanding for me personally would help me more to understand what's going on if we had rules. And do you think that rules will come into play this season?
I don't know if it'd be rules, but I think he's saying straight up you can't do the story before it's been written, so you have to do it. You got to go back to when it wasn't written. And I think that not only can you go back to when it wasn't written, you can go forward to when it wasn't written. So if you go forward in time and you see something happen, and then you go back and you tell the people like, yo, don't go down this block. There's someone waiting down there to mug you. The story wasn't written yet. So now you don't have to go down that block. So that future never happens. So you prevent that future from happening. So I think when it comes down to Julie, she's either got to go back and stop the whole thing, or she's got to go forward and then tell these people before it happens to them. So the story never gets written. And that's how they get their way out of here.
Gotcha. Yo, appreciate taking my call, man. Like I said, you the man, bro.
I appreciate you calling in, man. 100%. All right, that's going to end the stream tonight. I will send you over to Real Theories and Enigma. Go put the link in the chat for people. Go over there. He's going to keep you going until 12:01 tonight so that you can go and watch the show. I'm going to be up out of here. I'm going to see if I can pass out for like an hour and wake up because I got a long night ahead of me. Thank you all for being up in there. Make sure you go check out my man Real and you go see what it is. And I really good seeing myself. And I really, I was very disappointed in myself. I went out there and I went out there to the gym. I lifted and I only put up like 215 pounds on the bench press, and I was very upset about myself. But now looking at myself and the thing, I guess that's not bad. We're gonna get back to where we were before and everything else. You know what I mean? Go over there, go give Real the love. Show him some love. It's my motherfucking brother, man. You know what I mean? Go show him some love and everything else. Appreciate you all. I'll be back tomorrow with Phil the Issues Guy, and we will be doing the recap of this whole episode. Let's hope for a beautiful, great episode. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course subscribe. And